What really happened to Oakland, California? Nestled on the vibrant West Coast, Oakland emerged as a beacon of industrial might and cultural mosaic. In the heart of the Bay Area, it flourished, driven by a bustling port that became a cornerstone of the Pacific shipping industry. From the early 20th century, Oakland was more than just a city. It was a powerhouse of manufacturing and a melting pot of diverse communities. The city's industrial sector buzzed with activity, its factories and docks pulsating with life. This economic vitality attracted a multitude of people, all drawn by the promise of opportunity. The cultural landscape of Oakland blossomed as well, echoing the sounds of jazz and blues that filled the streets, shaping a robust local identity. However, the very factors that once catapulted Oakland to prominence eventually wove the threads of its challenges. But how did a city with such promise find itself struggling? Let's delve into the turning points. The industrial boom was once Oakland's heartbeat. In the aftermath of World War II, the city thrived as a powerhouse of production. Shipbuilding and automotive industries became the pillars of Oakland's economy, drawing workers from all corners of the nation. The bustling shipyards and humming factories not only symbolized prosperity but also fostered a vibrant, diverse community. At its zenith, Oakland's industrial sector was a beacon of opportunity. The city was alive with the promise of steady work, good pay, and a burgeoning middle class. Families flourished, neighborhoods grew, and the local economy seemed invincible. But as the decades rolled on, the very industries that had bolstered the city's growth began to falter. By the early 70s, global shifts and technological advancements started reshaping the economic landscape. Cheaper overseas labor markets attracted businesses that were once the backbone of Oakland's economy. The automotive plants and shipyards that had buzzed with activity began to quiet. Job losses mounted, and the effects rippled through the community. As factories closed their doors and unemployment soared, Oakland faced a mounting crisis. The city, once a hub of industrial activity, was left grappling with economic instability and a dwindling tax base. The community that had grown around these industries found itself grappling with an uncertain future. As the jobs left, so did a large portion of the population, setting the stage for deeper issues. Then came a wave that no one could have anticipated. In the 1980s and 1990s, the crack epidemic swept through America like wildfire. But few places felt the brunt of its destruction as acutely as Oakland, California. This period marked a dark chapter in the city's history, characterized by a significant surge in crime rates, particularly those related to drug trafficking and violent offenses. Crack cocaine, cheaper and more addictive than its powdered counterpart, flooded the streets of Oakland. It offered high profitability for dealers and a devastatingly accessible high for users. As the drug took hold, it ravaged communities, breaking apart families and escalating gang warfare. Neighborhoods that once thrived became epicenters of a drug war that no one was prepared for. The social fabric of Oakland was torn. Schools struggled as dropout rates climbed, and local businesses shuttered, unwilling or unable to cope with the frequent outbursts of street violence. The police force, overwhelmed and under-resourced, found themselves locked in an endless battle against a tide that seemed only to grow with each passing day. Violent crimes, including homicides, robberies, and assaults, increased dramatically, peaking during the late 80s. The city, once bustling with industrial productivity and community life, now painted a grim picture of desolation and despair. Residents lived in constant fear, and the sense of community that had held neighborhoods together thinned under the strain of suspicion and grief. The streets of Oakland became battlegrounds, pushing the city into a state of emergency. Not all wounds are inflicted from the outside, some are self-inflicted. This rings particularly true when we delve into the political landscape of Oakland, where a series of internal missteps significantly contributed to its decline. Throughout its history, Oakland has seen its share of political turbulence, but the mismanagement of city funds stands out as a particularly egregious error. Various administrations, often overwhelmed by economic pressures, diverted crucial resources from essential public services like education and infrastructure to less critical projects. This misallocation resulted in underfunded schools and crumbling roads, pushing the city further into decay. Corruption scandals were another blow to Oakland's political integrity. High-profile cases involving kickbacks, bribery, and financial mismanagement eroded public trust. Each scandal that came to light only underscored the lack of accountability and transparency in Oakland's governance. making residents increasingly cynical about their leaders' ability to effect positive change. Economic decisions also played a crucial role in Oakland's downfall. The city struggled to retain and attract businesses, which is pivotal for any urban area's growth and sustainability. While neighboring cities like San Francisco and San Jose capitalized on the tech boom, Oakland seemed perpetually a step behind, unable to provide the necessary incentives and environment that businesses sought. This was partly due to restrictive zoning laws and an unfriendly business tax structure, which pushed potential job creators to more accommodating locales. The leadership's inability to pivot and adapt to changing economic landscapes meant missed opportunities in sectors like technology and green energy, industries that could have provided a substantial boost to the local economy. Instead, Oakland remained ensnared in outdated economic models, overly reliant on dwindling industries that could no longer support its population economically. With leadership faltering, Oakland's recovery became an even steeper uphill battle. The city's journey through mismanagement and missed opportunities is a stark reminder of how critical, competent, transparent, and forward-thinking governance is to the health and prosperity of any community. As some areas begin to polish up, others feel the squeeze. In the heart of Oakland, a city once marked by vibrant, diverse communities and a rich tapestry of cultural heritage, the winds of change are blowing, and they're laced with the sharp scent of gentrification. This phenomenon, driven aggressively by the tech boom in neighboring San Francisco and Silicon Valley, has begun reshaping the city in ways both visible and deep-seated. The mechanics of gentrification are relatively straightforward, but its effects profoundly complex. As tech companies burgeon and high-paying jobs proliferate, an influx of new residents with considerable financial power has descended upon Oakland. These new arrivals, drawn by relatively lower housing costs and the city's cultural vibrancy, inadvertently set off a surge in property values. This surge, though beneficial to some, spells displacement for many long-time residents. What does this shift mean on the ground? For starters, housing prices in Oakland have skyrocketed, making it increasingly difficult for the original residents to afford their own neighborhoods. The median home price in the city has more than doubled in the past decade alone, pushing out families who have lived in Oakland for generations. Rent, too, follows this upward trajectory, leaving fewer options for those not reaping the benefits of the tech salary scale. The cultural shifts accompanying these economic changes are equally significant. As neighborhoods transform, local businesses and cultural institutions that once served as community cornerstones are finding it harder to survive against the new, often more affluent preferences that cater to the lifestyle of the newcomers. This shift not only alters the local economy, but erodes the cultural fabric that has defined Oakland's identity for so long. Moreover, the response to gentrification has been a tapestry of resilience and resistance. Community groups and activists are striving to protect the rights of longtime residents through advocacy, policy proposals, and direct action. They champion the cause of affordable housing and strive to preserve the cultural legacy of their communities, battling to keep the soul of Oakland alive. The face of Oakland is changing, but at what cost to its soul? Oakland's story is far from over. As we've explored the tumultuous journey of this city from its industrial highs to the depths of its social and economic crises, it's clear that the spirit of Oakland has been tested time and again. Yet the city's resilience and the vibrancy of its communities have never waned. Reflecting on the past, we've seen how the industrial boom once made Oakland a beacon of economic prosperity. But as industries moved away, the city faced a steep decline, grappling with unemployment and social unrest. The crack epidemic further exacerbated these challenges, leading to a surge in crime that scarred the community and its global reputation. Political missteps have also played a role in Oakland's struggles. Missed opportunities for reform and development have often left residents disillusioned. Yet, despite these hurdles, there's a palpable sense of hope and determination among the people of Oakland. Community leaders and activists are tirelessly working to steer the city towards a brighter future. The issue of gentrification and the housing crisis has reshaped the city's demographic and cultural landscape significantly. While these changes have brought new businesses and improved infrastructure, they've also raised concerns about the displacement of long-standing residents. This complex situation underscores the need for policies that ensure inclusive growth, balancing new developments with the needs of existing communities. Today there are numerous grassroots movements and economic initiatives aimed at revitalizing Oakland. Efforts to boost local businesses, improve education, and enhance public safety are gathering momentum. These initiatives are not just about economic growth, but also about restoring community pride and cohesion. Environmental sustainability and technological innovation are also becoming part of Oakland's new identity. Green tech startups and urban farming are examples of how the city is adapting to the demands of the modern age while trying to address historical inequalities. Can Oakland reclaim its former glory while forging a new identity? What does the future hold for this once vibrant city? The answers may still be unfolding, but one thing is certain: the resilience and creativity of Oakland's people are the city's greatest assets in facing whatever comes next.